host Prati Sharma and you're watching me on Celeb Media on your favorite show Celeb Se Chercha. Today who do we have? Today we have with us someone who's extremely gorgeous, very versatile, very talented, and yes, she's a British model and actress who's carved a niche for herself in Indian film industry. Be it television commercials, be it reality dance shows, be it movies, be it films, be it South films, be it Bollywood films, she's everywhere. Well, I am talking about one of the most gorgeous faces in Indian film industry, Scarlett Wilson. Hi Scarlett, how are you today?
Hi sweetheart, I'm really good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
And you're in London right now. So how's it in London? How are you dealing with it? How are you spending your time? Are you spending your time with your family, or you are alone there, or you're doing something creatively sitting at home? What are you doing? How are you spending this time?
Yeah, it's a real crazy time for the world indeed. I think for India it's especially hard right now. We are in our we've just completed our first week in lockdown. I feel extremely lucky. I've come down to the coast where my dad lives, so there's a lot of space. I have the beach right by me, so I can go for a run every day. We are allowed out once a day for exercise and to the supermarket every day. So I definitely utilize that time, and I enjoy the fresh air. It's spring now, so it's beautiful weather. But yeah, I'm just trying to embrace it, because it's not just hard for me, it's hard for every single person right now. It's a global thing. For the first time in our history, you know, that everyone is in this together. I feel like we're a team almost. But I've surrendered to it. Like I say, we've just done 3 weeks. I've surrendered to it, and I think it's quite wonderful, actually. I think we're giving nature a break a little bit. I think nature was screaming at us to stop, and we weren't listening. And I feel like we've all been sent to our rooms. Yeah, it's a difficult time, but I'm just trying to keep positive in it, and still studying my craft. You know, I'm watching a lot of movies, reading a lot of books. You know, it doesn't stop. Because we've stopped, it doesn't stop. You can never stop learning. And actually, I feel like we've paused. Life has paused, and it's the perfect opportunity to perfect the skills that you want to perfect, or learn a new craft. And so, yeah, I'm embracing it, in answer to your question.
So, Scarlett, you are a British model and actress, but you are doing amazingly well in India, be it Bollywood, be it down south, and we know that you debuted with imported kamariya. That was a massive, huge success all across the nation. So, how did Bollywood happen to you? So, Debagar Banerjee, did he contact some agency and then you were hired? How did Bollywood happen to you? How did imported kamariya, your first major hit and your first song ever, item song in India, happen to?
So I came. I've performed. I've been dancing, singing, and acting my whole life. My mother actually owned a dance school, a performing arts school. So I've been doing that before coming to India, and I went to college. I went to a performing arts college. After that, I got asked to come to India for a dance/choreography contract. I ended up assisting, I don't know if you know Bosco Caesar. I ended up assisting, right, so I ended up assisting those two on my first trip out. And then what happened was I was meant to come for just 3 months, and I was assisting on a movie called God to Sigleto with Salman Khan and Priyanka Chopra. And I was assisting, and basically Salman asked Bosco who I was, and took me to a side and said, do you act? And I said, yeah, I've been doing it my whole life. And he said, you know, you should learn Hindi because you will do really well here. They'll love your look and they'll love, you know, what you can do, and you're an amazing dancer, you're an amazing performer. So it was actually Salman Khan who paid for me to get my first ever portfolio done, because I didn't do modeling. Yeah, so it was him when I was 18. Yeah, I came when I was 18, and it was Salman that it was Salman that did that for me. Then he wanted me to do a movie of his. I think it was Veer, actually, and I said no. And the reason I said no is because I was such a baby. I was 18, and I was very overwhelmed by learning a new language at that time, and going straight into that world. And I remember thinking, no, I'm just here for 3 months. I wanna go back to my parents. So that happened. So I'm gonna say it was Salman who kind of planted that seed in me to pursue a career in Bollywood. Then I went home. I did go home. I said no to Salman. I went home, and about a year later, I thought, I don't know, I want to go back. I want to see what Bollywood has to offer, and I missed it. I missed living there. I missed the people. I missed the culture, and so I came back. And that's when I auditioned for Shanghai. I think it might have been Bosco who, I think Debaka reached out to Bosco and said, do you know anyone? And Bosco said, yeah, audition this girl. And so that's when they called me, and I went in for an audition. And that's how I started my item girl journey, from that. And maybe life could have been different if I'd have taken up Salman's offer. I don't know. I was just, it was funny because I did Chalak about 3 years ago, and Salman, I hadn't seen Salman for many years, and he came on the show as a guest judge, and he did this whole 10-minute speech on me, and it was so sweet in front of everyone, and they kept it in. But he basically said, I offered Scarlett this, and she said no, she was too young at the time. But he said, I truly believe that talent will always shine through. Like, you never have to, if you're destined to do something, you never have to beg a actor or a director to be in something. You never have to prove yourself, because your talent will always prove itself in the end. And although I've done very little in Bollywood, it's all been through my talent, you know, and not me asking anyone or pulling any favors, and so yeah. Sorry, I went around the houses then.
Talking about Prabhas, you worked with the mega star Prabhas. He's not just a mega star in India, but he's considered a superstar all across the globe. How was it to work with Prabhas, Scarlett?
Prabhas is possibly, I know this sounds so cliche because people say things like this all the time, but Prabhas was probably the sweetest man I've ever worked with. I'm gonna, yeah, and I can say that. It's a grand statement, but he was adorable. He would be like, don't call me adorable, but he was adorable. He was quite shy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he was quite shy. It was me, Madhu, Sneha, and Nora actually doing that song, and we would have lunch with him every day. And he would just sit and watch, because me and Nora would be like talking, and Nora's actually quite funny. We would be cracking jokes, and we'd be cracking jokes about him, and he was just sitting in silence. And we were like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And he was like, no, I love it. I love just listening to you. And he was really shy. He was like, it was really cute. He was endearing, actually. Like if we did something in the song where he had to hold us or touch us, or he would be like, is it okay if I'm gonna touch you
my
here?
God.
And it was just so adorable. He really was so sweet. Such a lovely, humble.
And I also want to know that because before the lockdown happened, I'm pretty sure you must be working on some Bollywood projects. So what were those projects, and would you want to talk about them?
So I was in India January and February. I just shot something in South, and actually a new Bollywood film, which is nice because I do so many South songs, so many, that it's nice now when I get a Bollywood song. I can't obviously say anything about the project. We shot it in Bhopal at the beginning of Feb, and it's due to release in July, but obviously probably not now. I think everything's taken a back turn, but yeah. So a new song coming soon. Whenever the world is back, a new song will be coming soon this summer, hopefully.
It was lovely talking to you. Before we sign off, I would want you to give a small message, a positive message to all your viewers and all your fans on Instagram, Facebook, whosoever is following you on social media. During these tough times, I would request you to speak or just send a nice positive message for all your fans out there, because I know that your fan followings is not in thousands, it's in millions. So yes.
Absolutely. Just to say, hang in there, everyone. And to everyone that follows me personally and supports me, thank you so much. Now more than ever, I am so grateful for all the love over the years and your support over the years. And it's funny because I'm always so grateful, but certain things like this takes this for the world to just stop for a second and be grateful, be more grateful for everything that we had, everything that we have. And for everyone that's finding it particularly hard right now, just try to, every morning when I wake up, I meditate on it, but I wake up and I'm like, okay, this has happened today, and I'm, in my house all day again, but try to always see the positive of everything in life, and know that this shall pass, this too shall pass, nothing is forever, everything is temporary. And this is a time for reflection, a time to spend with your loved ones, to tell your loved ones every day that you love them, and also just trust that the world is doing its thing, and we are exactly where we're meant to be. And maybe it's just nature. Maybe it's just nature just telling us to slow down a bit. And everything will be okay, because it always is. We're always in, if you ever are in a bad time and you think that moment's going to be forever, but it's not. We'll all come out of it, and we'll all come out of it better, and we'll all appreciate things more. We'll appreciate a hug more.
We'll have more. We'll value more the relationships, the people we have, the friends, the family. That more.
And hopefully respect. Exactly, and hopefully respect the world a little bit more. Hopefully we'll get on less planes and consume less. Hopefully we'll respect nature a bit more. And that's it. One love, everyone, and just keep positive, keep loving. And just be grateful that we have life, right? Every day we wake up is a blessing.